entrepreneurs and busy professionals, I created this video for you. Yes, and it is about personal branding. It's a very actual topic nowadays, and there is a reason behind that. I will not talk in this video much about the definition of personal branding. I will more focus about why it really matters, why it matters to build a strong personal brand, and why it matters to do it now. All right, so let's start. I'll just mention personal branding is, in general, the way a person is perceived by others, by the public, by his collaborators, by his environment in general, by his online presence. Since nowadays everything is digital, then building a personal brand is also related to your online presence. So we'll talk about that in a moment. Now, this video is for service-oriented business professionals and for service-oriented entrepreneurs. So if you are an accountant, a real estate broker, insurance, mortgage broker, a financial expert, IT expert, marketing expert, consultant, coach, if you are providing services, then this video is for you. And the message of this video is that if you are a service provider, then you need to build a strong personal brand. Now I'll explain why. In today's new normal, let's call it like that, if you are a service-oriented professional, you need to have a certain online presence. That's simply because you need to be perceived as a person of trust and credibility. Now, referrals can contribute to that a lot, but you cannot only rely on referrals or testimonials unless you share them, like you have a video testimonial and you share them online. So it's again about your online presence and building your credibility online. So let's start with picking up the right social media platform. So again, you are a service-oriented professional or entrepreneur, your social media platform number one is LinkedIn. So this is the platform where you can build a strong personal brand. It will provide you credibility, it will bring you trust, and I'll explain in a moment how will you do that. So the first thing is to create an all-star LinkedIn profile and optimize it by the keywords that you want to be found for on LinkedIn and online in general. Think about it a little bit. How do you want to be perceived? But in general, if you're already in one field of work, it's easy to determine how you want to be perceived. For example, if you are an accountant, you want to be known by your field of work. When people, when your name pops up in a people's mind, you want them to think of you immediately as an accountant. If you're an IT expert, when your name pops up in their mind, you want them to think immediately about IT field. So the way that you will achieve that is that first you will create an all-star LinkedIn profile. Second, of course, it will be fulfilled with all fulfilled part, including skills and endorsements and recommendations, which is really important in order to create trust and credibility. You will increase number of your connections. You will be networking there, and important thing is to start creating content. Now, if you start creating content within your field of work, you will start to be perceived as a thought leader of your industry. And of course, in this content, you will be sharing value. Now, one of the major marketing trends in 2019 and 2020 and beyond is video marketing. So creating video content is the way best option and the fastest option with the fastest result that you can achieve. So create an all-star LinkedIn profile, network and build your network and increase the number of connections and followers. Start creating content within your field of work, provide value to people so that you start to be perceived as an industry leader, as a thought leader in your industry. And the next thing is preferably start creating video content. And then start connecting with people, and through this content, being consistent in this, since only 1% of total numbers of LinkedIn profiles, only 1% of people are creating content over there. So all the eyes of the other 95 or more % of people on LinkedIn are into the content that you and people similar to you are creating on LinkedIn. So you will have a chance to increase your online presence. You will have a chance to build strong network, and to build a strong personal brand in organic way, unpaid way. So LinkedIn today is where Facebook was 10 years ago. Now you cannot achieve much on Facebook unless you are paying for the ads, or you have Facebook groups with a large audience, but not so many people do have this. So again, LinkedIn. Then after you have created all these steps, you must be aware what's behind all of this. In essence, each one of us business owners, we want to sell our services. So this is our goal. In order to sell our services, people need to know about us. They need to know that we exist. And that's the reason why we are doing all of this, creating profile and creating content and letting people know that we exist and what we do. So people need to know about us, people need to like us, and people need to trust us. So not everybody will like us, but those who will, there will be very high chance that they will start trusting us, because we are consistent in our message, and we have recommendations on our profile, and we keep talking about our field of work. We keep providing value to that targeted audience, so they know that we are experts in our field. They will start perceiving us as thought leaders in that field. So automatically all of that will increase their trust in us, and we'll start, as an end result, we'll start receiving collaboration requests, we'll start receiving client requests, we'll start getting new businesses from LinkedIn. We even without sending any messages. This is at least something that happened to me, and you'll start receiving requests and invitations for public speaking, for podcasts, for writing articles, and much more. So definitely, as the first step, start with creating a strong personal brand. You want to be perceived as a thought leader in your own industry of work. That will create trust and credibility in your work, and as well as all the testimonials, reviews, and recommendations that you have on LinkedIn. Definitely, you would need to publish them online. All of that will create strong personal brand and increase trust in you and your services, and eventually your business will grow. Now, another very important thing about building a strong personal brand is showing that you are human, showing empathy, or showing your personal story. That's something very strong. It's something that people will remember. They will remember you for. So if you are strong enough to share your personal story with your audience, that's the perfect way to start building your personal brand. And by the way, if you show vulnerability in your personal story, that's even better. So again, when your name pops up in their mind, they will remember you by your personal story. It's very powerful. They might forget your industry, but they will never forget your personal story. And you really want to stick up in your client's mind. You want them to remember you. You want to be consistent in creating content. You want to be consistent in showing up, just like on networking events. You want to be consistent in showing up on LinkedIn because it's the largest global networking place where all your clients are, where all your competition is. So do your best to start building your personal brand by doing all these steps, and the success will be inevitable. Trust me. I am telling you from my own experience. I've generated business on LinkedIn. I've received numerous collaboration requests from people from globally, from all sides of the world and all different countries of the world, non-profit organizations, and in the service-oriented professionals, individuals who wanted to bring their personal branding to the next level or start building their own personal brand once they were aware of its power and how it influences the sales process in general. And of course, a lot of podcast invitations and invitations for writing article, invitations to participate as a panelist, and it all matters. You know, it all matters because you are consistent in showing up online. You are consistent in sending your message to your clientele, and you are basically working on not only increasing awareness about your company brand, you are working on increasing awareness of your clients towards you, and eventually they will be very much ready to do business with you. Why? Because in the sales process, it's generally known that besides these 3 points that I've already mentioned, that people need to know about you, they need to like you, they need to trust you, it's in general known that they need to be in some kind of contact with you. There need to be touch points with you or with your brand. So in general, these are 6 touch points, let's say, usually 6 touch points. So that means that they need to see your content, let's see, and you in your content. Let's say it's video marketing, it's your video that they saw 3 times. They saw you on a video talking about your industry of work, or you gave some tips on your company page on LinkedIn, or in a comment on somebody's post. So they saw you in these moments 6 times. On the 7th time they see you, they might be already ready to buy from you. But if they just saw you for the first time, they don't know anything about you, they're just getting known with you, they're not ready to buy. So that's why social selling matters. People are in this way, you are actually building a relationship with your potential client. They feel like they already know you. And that's why direct selling is not actual anymore, and it's not working anymore. Social selling is. So direct selling, like DMing people or spamming people with messages, let's say you receive a message on LinkedIn from somebody who is not in your connections on LinkedIn, who you never heard of before, and you don't really know what he is doing. You don't know whether he's credible, whether you can trust him. What will you do? You'll just ignore the message. Nothing will actually happen. Nothing will happen. So there are no results. But after you build a strong personal brand, even if you start reaching out to people, people will, and your clients will definitely start reaching out to you. This is the first thing, for sure. And second thing, if you decide to reach out to more of those people, and if you send them a message like that, and offer your services or offer to get known with each other better, to see whether you could potentially collaborate together or do business together, you will receive a positive feedback. And that's because they already went through all these 6 touch points with you, with your brand, and they already know you. They feel like they know you personally and they can trust you. So that's my advice for you today, and I hope you liked the video. If you did, please comment below, and let me know what other topics would you like to learn more about, or if it's related to the personal branding or digital marketing strategies or small businesses, entrepreneurs and service-oriented professionals. Also comment please below, and again, if you like this video, please press the subscribe button and notification bell in order to get notified about other videos that I'm going to post from now on, most probably regularly. Thank you for your attention. Good luck.